Welcome back. You're watching Daybreak. Someone is talking about tea here during the break. I just wish they could say that on air. Daybreak continues, and we were concluding on that particular debate. And because of the things they were saying during the break, I think I want to continue with it just a little bit. And the question I want to ask is that the ODM party has now come out and presented their proposals to the Building Bridges initiative. You come from the Jubilee Party. Have you people written your submissions and presented them? And are you planning to do that? As well as you from Ford Kenya, have you done that?
One thing, I don't think if the BBI initiative has the authority within the law to represent the Kenyan people. Because the Kenyans, we are changing this constitution on behalf of Kenyans. And Kenyans must have a say on how this process is driven forward. And myself, I think we have a very big problem in the manner which we purport to be doing public participation. I believe that for a recommendation to be accepted, to be a true reflection of what the Kenyan people want in terms of their views, it should meet certain threshold. These people sitting here in Nairobi, that you can appear before them where we want. Even I don't know where they are sitting for or where the offices are. I don't know their calendar. I mean, I think they should be disbanded, if not expanded.
Whoa.
They are all to be taken over by a constitutionally recognized body. Which law they were formed under? Which law?
But,
I mean,
but Mheshimiwa, this body was created in March 2018. March or April, and how many months now? 7 months down the line, you're still uncomfortable with it. Have you voiced
I have never
your
seen
concerns?
them. I have never seen these people in Bungoma. I have never seen their meeting calendar. All that I see, let me tell you, the problem we are having as a country is because of most of our constitution were done by some civil societies, some interested groups. We had the gay people sneaking in their interest. We had FIDA putting in the interest of women in this country. We had, I mean, so what we need to do is that we need to really get the minds of our common mwananchi. You know, that's the only way that we're going to move forward.
And they are
getting the views of a common mwananchi. You don't put a meeting, you don't meet here in Nairobi. Go and meet in Nyamira. Go and meet in Kisumu. I
mean, before I let you go on that, we know the membership of that task force. It has Adam Zolo, Agnes Kavindu, Senator Muzwako, Florence Omose, Said Mwanguni, James Matundura, Major John Sei, Bishop Lawi Matthew, Mason Leshomo, Senator Mohamed Yusuf Haji, and Morompi Oleronkai, as well as Bishop Peter Jenga, Rose Museu, and Archbishop Zaki Zokoth. And the question I want to ask you, we know these people. I mean, you know Senator Wako, obviously. There are people that are known in this country. You still have a problem with the representation that they make?
What I'm saying, you must have a clear roadmap on how they're going to move around this country collecting views. And after they have collected views, what is going to happen? Where are they going to table this report in the parliament? Are they going to take this report to the president? I mean, we must be clear over how is it, the program of activities.
Right.
That is what is lacking. That is what is missing.
Will you make submissions to the BBI?
By the way, I am completely in agreement with what Mheshimiwa Baraza is saying. Have we anchored the BBI onto a legal framework, which then, once you are done with the anchorage, then you can bring out the issues which you are discussing, which then, as you move on and start raising the issues which ODM is raising, then we can, for example, go back into Parliament and start discussing these through the necessary committee before the House debates this matter? Or are we going back again to look for the experts who are drafting this constitution? There's so much confusion about this issue. In fact, many of us, sometimes we reach a point, I can tell you the truth, sometimes we reach a point where we feel maybe Jacom is being hoodwinked by Uhuru.
war.
that in fact Uhuru is just buying time until 2021, and then he said this thing is too late, we can't change anything, and anyway, bas mimi nimemaliza wakati yangu, let everybody go their way. I mean, some of us have got issues. Some of us want to discuss issues. For example, there are people who genuinely feel that we need to have a rotational presidency in Kenya. There are people, they are very sensitive, very critical issues that need to be dealt with. But when you look at the BBI, yes, those wazes are meeting, and the mamas who are in that committee, and they have gone, as Ridmas has said, they have not come to Kisii. We have never, we have Mzee Matundura, who is from the Kisii community and is a man we respect. We have never seen them coming to Kisii. Nobody has discussed, has come, even on matters of clarity, of saying our agenda, our purpose is this, our agenda is this, the timelines are this, this is the roadmap we are following.
So are we wasting time?
I would want to say that that depends on what it is we are dealing with. I sincerely still believe that perhaps the reason why the political class, namely us, were not directly in this process was because it was going to create a situation where we dig in before we even know what we are dealing with. I think when we are dealing with the legal framework, it is useful, but I humbly submit that we have a robust and powerful legal framework with the 2010 Constitution, but we still, and we have commissions upon commissions, but we still have challenges. So what I think would be useful is for us, particularly as legislators in Parliament, to remember that lawmaking really serves a purpose if it deals with aspirations of the society. The law is only as useful to the extent that people will relate to it, and I do believe that the BBI team needs to be a little more upfront in telling us information, but I think we need to give it time. I really would want to suggest that we do not get too much politics into the BBI, but we get the BBI to tell us what people's aspirations are.
You see, Sam,
of course, Mheshimiwa Baraza does not agree with you.
Before Madam, I will want her to just go back to what she just said. I mean, let me tell you where the problem is. BBI were given this job without terms of reference. What they ought to have done is to go chapter by chapter. Chapter 1, what are the challenges? Chapter 2, what are the challenges? Because we are not making a new constitution. We are amending the existing one. And for you to amend it objectively, you must go chapter by chapter. What are the challenges of chapter 1? What are the challenges of chapter 2? Everywhere. So that as Kenyans are framing questions, the questions will be framed in a manner that are going to provide to mitigate against the challenges that are coming as a result of certain elements of that constitution. So, but this BBI, they were formed with no terms of reference. I don't know what they are doing. You know,
even the issue of the referendum coming. Surely we should have timelines. Surely. I mean, this thing can't be on autopilot. I mean, right now we are on autopilot. Can't we just be in a position to know, yes, by the year 2020, we should have had a referendum. That should be between 19 and 20, for example. Why is it that everything is just flying there?